When it comes to women, Leonardo DiCaprio seems to think that they have an expiration date. It's true that the actor has not been publicly attached to a woman over the age of 25. And because he recently broke up with his most recent girlfriend, Camila Morrone, who turned 25 in June this year, the internet couldn't help pointing out how the Oscar winner seemingly has a history of splitting with his notoriously young girlfriends when they reach a particular age. But it's important to remember that he's also a dedicated environmental activist, and as Amy Schumer said, he's done so much to fight climate change and leave behind a cleaner, greener climate for his girlfriends. Hey, how's it going? I'm your host Bridget Shields, and today we're looking at the top 10 girlfriends Leonardo DiCaprio dumped after turning 25. Number 10. Camila Morrone. In 2020, Leo seemed to be getting pretty serious with actress and model Camila Morrone. The couple was first spotted together in December of 2017 while shopping at Barney's in LA. They received some criticism because by then people had caught up to Leo's 25 rule, which meant that the then 23-year-old Camila was going to be the butt of a long-running joke. But this time it seemed like Leonardo didn't want to put their relationship in the spotlight, as they were never really seen on the red carpet together, most likely because of all the backlash they would have gotten. Camila was ready to defend the relationship though, and posted a photo of Lauren Bacall and Humphrey Bogart as an example of a Hollywood couple that has a big age gap. After receiving some hateful comments, she made a video addressing the situation, saying, "I just read some of the comments on my Instagram and my god, people are so mean and full of anger with people that they know nothing about." She also told the LA Times, "There's so many relationships in Hollywood where people have large age gaps. I just think anyone should be able to date who they want to date." I mean, she's not wrong, but unfortunately her relationship with Leo ended when she turned 25. Number 9. Blake Lively. Gossip Girl's Blake Lively dated the Inception actor for a year when she was 23 and Leo was 35. They struck up a romance after Blake auditioned for the role of Daisy Buchanan in The Great Gatsby, even though the role was eventually given to Carey Mulligan. The pair's romantic entanglement was first suspected when they were seen partying on director Steven Spielberg's yacht. Pictures of the two hugging surfaced online, and the rumor mill did the rest. Although one random thing we know about the relationship is from Joshua Safran, the executive producer of Gossip Girl, who told Vanity Fair, "When I think about shooting the LA episodes, Blake was dating him at the time, and she had this thing where she had a doll that she took photos of that she sent to Leo. Blake was way ahead of the curve. It was pre-Instagram. She was documenting her life in photographs in a way that people were not yet doing." And back in 2011, an insider told Us Weekly that Leo was impressed by Blake's skills in the kitchen, as he had never dated a girl that could cook. But the whirlwind romance ended in just 5 months. Then Blake found Ryan Reynolds and Leo found, you guessed it, more models. I guess they both moved on in their own way. Number 8. Gisele. Before Tom Brady, Gisele dated Leo for 5 years, but it ended in 2005. What's really interesting is that she seemed to be Leo's youngest girlfriend, because she was 18 when they first started dating in 1999, but they also had the closest age gap of all his relationships, as he was only 24 at the time. Gisele reflected on the relationship a decade later and told Vanity Fair in 2009, "We were just not meant to be boyfriend and girlfriend, but I respect him enormously, and I wish him nothing but the best." In her memoir called Lessons, My Path to a Meaningful Life, she questioned the relationship, writing, "Was I alone in wanting to do some serious soul searching while he stayed the same? In the end, unfortunately, the answer was yes." The couple split was said to be mutual, and mostly because of conflicting work schedules and leading such different careers. In regards to his own difficulty maintaining relationships, Leo told Esquire magazine, "6 months of being on location or being off in Morocco or someplace like that is not the best thing for a relationship. A lot of your life is put on hold when you make movies. Everything, whether personal relationships or friendship, is put on ice when you go on location for 5 or 6 months, away from everybody." Which certainly makes sense, as being long distance is notoriously hard on a relationship. Number 7. Bar Rafaeli. According to the New York Post, the actor and Israeli-born supermodel first crossed paths at a party in Las Vegas for U2 in November of 2005, when Bar was 20 years old. By 2006, they were dating and spotted walking the streets of Paris together and having a fun day out at Six Flags. The former couple ended up having an on-again, off-again relationship that would go on for 5 years, ending in May of 2011. Fans first noticed the split after the movie star failed to accompany the then 25-year-old to the Met Gala in New York, and instead spent the night with his friends at a city hotspot called Top of the Standard. It was Bar who told Laisha magazine of the split, saying, "I came to understand a lot of things about myself. I worked on myself and I grew up. I didn't know what alone was like. I got my girlfriends back. From a very young age, I have always had a boyfriend and I didn't know what it was like to be inside my own skin. What's really funny here is that Bar was not the first of Leo's ex-girlfriends to claim that the relationship helped her grow up. It's an interesting choice of words because most of his girlfriends had barely surpassed adolescence when they first started dating him. Number 6. Kelly Rohrbach. DiCaprio and the Sports Illustrated model began dating over the summer of 2015 when she was 24 and he was 40. They were first spotted riding around New York City on bikes in June of that same year. The former couple were never really shy when it came to PDA and were often seen kissing, hugging, and holding hands while on outings. The whirlwind romance lasted for about a year, but they ended up calling things off, you guessed it, when Kelly was 25. News of the split came just before awards season, where Leo would go on to win his first ever Oscar for his film The Revenant, which was a spectacular film with outstanding performances all round, especially from the Bear. But in regards to the couple's split, apparently they ended things sooner rather than later. As a source close to the star told People magazine, they have been broken up for a few months now, but they are very friendly. And the reason? Well, apparently it all came down to the hectic work schedules, which greatly contributed to the breakup. But I'm sure it was just a coincidence that the supermodel also happened to have reached the ripe old age of 25. Number 5. Nina Agdal. The former couple was spotted together in May at Up and Down Club in New York City. The actor arrived at the nightclub with Nina and a group of friends before partying the night away in the VIP section. When the two were dating, they always seemed to be on the go and frequently captured headlines with their glamorous, globe-trotting romance. They really seemed to go everywhere like Ibiza, St. Bart's, and the Bahamas, even though they never really spoke publicly about their relationship, which seems to be a very typical thing for Leo as he doesn't really tend to gush about his romances. But chaos ensued when Leo and Nina were involved in a car accident in late August of 2016. Luckily though, an ambulance was called to the scene and the crash was minor. However, only a year later, the pair decided to split in 2017. A source told People magazine that it was DiCaprio who broke things off and said he's not ready to settle down and just isn't in the mindset to get married or have kids. And you can probably guess how old Nina was at the time. Number 4. Rihanna. Although the singer never officially dated DiCaprio, it was 2015 when Leo and Rihanna's brewing romance rumors were the talk of the town. Although nothing was ever confirmed, the idea that they were secretly dating really set the internet ablaze. In fact, a source close to The Sun said Rihanna and Leo were really going for it. They were passionately snogging and didn't seem to care if anyone saw. Wow, what a lovely word for kissing. The duo first met at a birthday party in 2014 and reportedly kissed each other at that same party, and later celebrated New Year's Eve together while ringing into 2015. During an interview with Hello magazine, the singer was asked, "How does Rihanna DiCaprio sound to you?" To which he responded, "It sounds to me like you should stay away from the blogs because they will screw you every time." Riri also said, "I'm so busy right now that I don't have a lot of time to offer a man, so it wouldn't even be fair to be thinking of pulling somebody else into this life. But if I did, they would have to be man enough to live with my schedule and not get scared." Although in the months following, the two allegedly went their separate ways romantically and instead chose to just remain friends. Number 3. Gigi Hadid. Life and Style reported on August 31st this year that Leo and Gigi hooked up a few times since his breakup with Camila, and that the blonde model is exactly his type. A source close to the stars said Leo and Gigi have hooked up a few times this summer. They have known each other for several years. They're super attracted to each other. She is exactly his type, gorgeous, sexy, but low-key with a one of the guys attitude. Another source confirmed to the magazine that there is definitely something going on between them. Quote, "It's casual, it's not a constant thing, but they have a lot of mutual friends." The report comes after Gigi and Leo were seen together at the Ned Nomad in New York City and apparently were seen partying very close together. But soon after, the Oscar winner was also photographed partying with the 22-year-old model Marie Beragova in Saint-Tropez in France. Maria was seen with Leo around the same time she divorced her husband, so the timeline does make a little sense. But are Leo and Gigi dating? No. It's likely that what went down between them wasn't too serious. Besides, how can she be his type if she's already 27? Number 2. Eva Herzigova. Leo is rumored to have romanced the Czech model in 1998 after meeting her at the premiere of The Man in the Iron Mask. Their fling is still a topic of discussion today as the pairing was super controversial at the time because Eva was married to Bon Jovi drummer Tico Torres. The original Wonder bra model revealed that she and the Wolf of Wall Street star had a passionate 2-month-long affair, which started almost as soon as they met at the Man in the Iron Mask party, where Leo had swept Eva off her feet. The party was held in Paris in March after the premiere of the movie, and marked the first time that the couple were seen together. At the time, she vehemently denied any romance between them, but a newspaper quoted her during a break from her first movie in Naples, saying, "It was not just one night. I saw Leonardo for a month. He's a wonderful person. Our first night was really a nice experience. He's a very kind person and full of energy." Although the affair was short-lived, it allegedly ended because Eva wanted to concentrate on her film career, although her spokesperson at the time told the newspaper she couldn't go into the reason for the collapse of the relationship. Number 1. Toni Garrn. The German-born Victoria's Secret model quietly dated Leo for 18 months, when she was around 21. The pair initially connected at the Cannes Film Festival in 2013, and they were also photographed on a yacht around that same time. Their romance lasted nearly a year, but came to an abrupt end by December of 2014, when the Oscar winner was spotted at a party in Miami and reportedly spent the evening clubbing with around 20 girls, while Toni mostly kept to herself. Eyewitnesses at the party described the moment as extremely awkward. Although the relationship was over, the pair were rumored to have rekindled their romance once in September of 2017, 2 years after the split, after they were photographed together out on a walk in New York following dinner and a night at the club. It's easy to see why people jumped to conclusions, as they both left the club at 5 AM in the same car and reportedly went back to Leo's Manhattan apartment. Although whatever transpired between them didn't really seem to last, probably because Toni was already 25 at the time and her frontal lobe was fully developed. And if you're Leonardo DiCaprio, that's a major red flag. Thank you guys so much, that's it for today. I'll see you in the next video.